You're not here to just work, hustle, pay the bills. Pleasure. Pleasure, man. Don't forget about pleasure. Who are you? Who are you? Right, you're a God. You're a God, right? Remember that your most aligned, your highest path, your highest beauty, your highest joy, your highest freedom, the most beautiful experience of life lies in your uniqueness. Hi party people, I'm Sunny. So I developed a formula on how to be happy in the long run. A step-by-step guide on how to be happy. I developed these steps based on my own life experience. I used to be in addiction for about 20 years of my life. So I had an experience of life that wasn't very great. It was shit. It was one of chaos and feeling lost and confused and sad and empty and depressed. Like nothing in life made me happy. This is the way I believe you're going to be able to find what you already have. And I wholeheartedly believe that if you follow these steps and remember these steps and just go over these steps over and over again, keep coming back to it, when you feel down, when you have forgotten how to be happy, to just return to this formula and you will get there. You're going to be able to have this base layer of happiness that you are able to access at all times. Okay, so follow this formula, okay? Or don't. Do whatever you want. Okay, first step. I don't know why I'm shouting. Okay, anyway. First things first. Remember who you are. Your highest version. Okay, you are God, a goddess, a god, personified. You're the divine personified in a human vessel, in this vessel, right? That is your body. You are the divine. You are God. You're one with God. Like God is running through you. Okay? So if you don't like the word God, please don't leave just yet. You don't have to call it God. You can call it the divine. You can call it the beautiful spark of life. You can call it infinite intelligence. You can call it the most beautiful frequency there is. Okay? I call it God because it resonates with me. And God runs through each and every one of us. God is not outside of us. You have to know that. You have to embody that. And the only reason why you wouldn't want to embody that is because you're scared. You have all of the limitations that will tell you, oh, that is shame, that is fear. All of this stuff that will tell you, well, I could not possibly be this great. That is fear working on you. That is shame working on you. That is like all the limitations working on you. But you are that. You are God embodied. Fucking deal with it, okay? Why wouldn't you want to believe that? Why? So God like runs through your veins. God runs through every cell of your body. And so does God run through every cell of Karen and of Gunther and Richard and your dog and your cat. God runs through everything. You cannot ever not be without the frequency of God. So you have to know that. And what does that mean? It means that you're infinitely powerful. It means that the frequency that is God that runs through you is so powerful. Like, how powerful is God? How powerful is God, right? This is how powerful you are. And that's the fucking truth. It's so wild how we humans think we're so small, we're so powerless, because that's fear working on us. That's the experience that we have in this 3D world, in the limitation of the matrix. That's what we signed up for. I mean, this is what we came for. Life is a game. Life is a game. And you are the main character, or you can be an NPC. It's up to you. But you're always going to be the main character of your own life. But if you, as the main character in your own life, decide to play as an NPC, you can do that too. That's up to you. This is how powerful you are. And your life experience is created by yourself. So what you experience in this 3D world, what you see with these two eyes, this is you, what you are creating. This is the reflection of who you are. This is the stuff you have to know and embody. If you don't want to do that, get the fuck out of here. Because nothing is going to work if you don't embody this knowing, okay? Remember that. Cool. So, right, next point is within, so without. I already touched on it. What you see with these two eyes is just the light reflected of who you are inside. The formula goes as within, so without. You have to remember that. The actual you, who you truly are in the real world, and this is all just language, right? The real world happens in here, happens when you close these two eyes, okay? When you close these two eyes, everything that's happening within you, the thoughts you have, the emotions that you experience, the sensations that you have, all of that, the belief systems, that is the real world. This is where everything has the root of what you're experiencing in the 3D, what you can see. When we know that, when we know that we are God, and when we know that the world, our world, that who we are is within, starts within, then we understand that everything that we see with these two eyes is just a reflection of who we are. And we know that because we're infinitely powerful, that we can change our inner world. So the reflection of what we see in the outer world is going to be the one that we want to experience. What is it that we want to experience? Probably your best fucking life. So, next thing. You're going to have your best fucking life, the one that you probably want to experience. That's why you're here. That's why you clicked on this video, because you want to be happy and you're not currently, because your inner world is probably a mess. Is you have to know that your experience of life is solely your responsibility, which can be scary, but it's also the most liberating thing there is, because you are in charge. No one can control you unless you decide to be controlled by a thing, by a person, by circumstances, by thoughts, by emotions. It's up to you. You decide, okay? You then know that no one outside of you is responsible for your life experience, but you yourself. Means you have to remember your uniqueness. You have to know, and this is so important, to know that no one outside of you, no other person, no, not your mom, not your dad, not your siblings, not your best friends, not your coworkers, no one, no nothing, has power over you. If people are controlling you, if things are controlling you, and this is coming from a person that was in addiction for 20 years, I was controlled by food. I would give so much control to food. I would give so much control to the thoughts that I had around food. So I let food control me. But it wasn't that actually food was controlling me. It was that I gave power to those thoughts. I gave power to food. I gave it so much importance that it started to control me. But it all came from me. And the same goes for the people around you. If you feel controlled by people around you, it's because you give them the power to control you. And you just aren't aware of that. So that's why you have to become aware. Very, very important. Become aware of your thoughts, of your inner world, of what you're holding on to. What is your belief system? What do you believe? And coming back to how important it is to remember your uniqueness. Because no one can be you. There is your mom, your dad, your sister, your uncle, your brother, your dog. But none of these people are you. And so, when you want to live your best fucking life, no one of these people can tell you what's best for you. Okay? This is very crucial to remember. You give life to the people that you observe. You give control. You give energy. You give attention to certain people, things, etc. And if you want to live your best life, you have to give all your energy to you. Who do you want to be? Well, you already know who you are. You are God. And when you remember that you are God, then you're automatically going to be aligned with the best version of you, the God frequency in you, what's going to serve you the most in this life, what's going to make you the most happy. That's why you have to focus on yourself first and foremost. That's why you have to focus on your uniqueness. And that's why you cannot ask your parents, your siblings, your best friend for advice and just take it without thinking about it. Without thinking about, hey, do I actually feel that this resonates in my heart with me? Is that the right way for me to go? Because no one will ever know. No one will ever know better than you. My dog is barking. Give me a second. I'm back. Okay. Where was I? So your highest happiness, your highest path, the one thing, but it's not one thing. It's just the expression of you, the highest version of you, the highest joy, the flow of life. That is so unique to you. So no one outside of yourself will ever know what's best for you. And we live in a society where we want to compare ourselves at all times. I mean, that's just natural. That's what our brain does, right? We compare ourselves with other people. So our ego knows, so the identity that we have formed knows, oh, okay, that distinguishes me from that person, right? So the ego knows where to put yourself, like you're putting yourself in this category of who you are. And that's why we need to compare ourselves to other people. But as we know, comparing yourself to other people is also the fucking thief of everything good in life. Your joy, your pleasure, your happiness, because we tend to have these negative thoughts about ourselves. I mean, I don't fucking know about you, but if you click on this video and you want to know how to be happy, then you share a similar experience of life than I used to have, where I would just talk down on myself at all times and compare myself with other people and only find the negatives in myself. I think that's just a very natural thing that we do. If we don't have a great self-concept, if we don't know that we are God, then everything is just, every time we compare ourselves to another person, we're just gonna get away not so great. We're gonna find all the things that are better in that person. But here's the thing, nothing could ever be better in another person or worse. And no one could ever be better or worse as a person. I'm not talking about competition and stuff like races you run against someone. Of course, there's gonna be someone that's quicker than you. Okay, whatever. I'm talking about no one is ever gonna be a better person or a worse person than you. And yes, not even the fucking bank robber and the person who killed other people. At the core, the person is still unconditional love. This is what the person is at the core. And that means we are all the same. But at the same token, because everything's a paradox around here, we of course just so unique. Everyone is unique. But we all share what bonds us together, the fabric of unconditional love that makes it so that no person is better than another. No matter what that person has done in this experience in the 3D world, no one is ever going to be better than another. So you are not worse than this person you're comparing yourself to. So anyone's highest expression, anyone's highest path, anyone's most authentic selves could never be yours. Because no one is you. You were perfectly designed by God to have this life experience as you, as the person that you are. No one could be you. No one could be better at being you. So even if you think, oh, this person has it better than me because ABC. No. We do not compare to anyone. And for me, it was the wildest shit because I would always compare myself to my siblings. But the thing is, not even your siblings, although you grew up in the same household, when your parents had your sibling was at a different time when they had you. Unless you were twins, but you still have a different experience of life, right? Because the experience of life that you have, you see through these two eyes, and the experience of life that your sibling or twin has is looking through these other two eyes. But let's take the example of a sibling. My sister was born 3 years before me. But I would still compare myself to her. My parents were different people when they had her than they were when they had me. Life circumstances were different. Who my mom was, who my dad was different at the time than that it was 3 years before, and so forth. So how could I ever be like my sister? How could I ever want to be like my sister when I could never be her? It's not possible ever to be like someone else. So why do we even try? Why do we orientate ourselves, focus on wanting to be like someone else? Of course, you can get inspired. But that's all. Get inspired and then get the fuck away. Move on. Do your thing. So remember your God. Remember as within, so without. And remember that you are unique. And what feels right to you will always be the best for you. And no matter what other people are trying to tell you, the thing is, usually because your parents raised you, probably, they taught you certain things. They taught you their belief systems. They passed on to you their unprocessed trauma, their bullshit beliefs. So you took them on. You took them on because you believed your parents, what they told you, because that's just how it works. But are your parents, do the parents have a clue about anything? Probably not. I mean, your parents are your parents, like, good on them. They have their own shit going on, right? But your parents aren't you. You're, like, however old you are, younger than your parents. How could possibly the things that the parents told you still be something that you believe in as well? Like, have you ever checked if you want to believe these things that they told you? So, no matter what another person's beliefs are, opinions are, and no matter what advice other people give you, don't take it as something, don't take it as face value. Don't take it as something that is ultimately true. No. Ask yourself, is it true for you? And same with me telling you all of these things. It doesn't have to be true for you. But it can, maybe parts of it resonate with you and you're like, oh yeah, that resonates with me. I can take that on. And other things I'm gonna leave out because it's not for me. Cool, perfect. That's the way it's supposed to be. So remember your uniqueness. Remember that your most aligned, your highest path, your highest beauty, your highest joy, your highest freedom, the most beautiful experience of life lies in your uniqueness. Whatever you like, what are your desires? What are your likes? What are your dislikes? What do you love doing? What do you hate doing? And whatever you don't like doing, don't do it. Okay? Next step, eat some tahini. Finding your highest, most beautiful life experience, the most joyful life, tahini. Pleasure, man. Don't forget about pleasure. Allow yourself pleasure. You're worthy of pleasure, okay? You're not here to just fucking work, hustle, pay the bills. Why would you want to believe in that? Why would you think that this is what your life purpose is? No. Eat some awesome food, okay? Allow yourself to eat awesome food without feeling guilty for it. We no longer believe in guilty pleasure, okay? There is no such thing as guilty pleasure. There's only pleasure, okay? And we are allowed to experience pleasure. Not only are we allowed to experience pleasure, it's our birthright. We should be experiencing pleasure at all times. I'm not saying like eat tahini all day. I mean, do whatever you want. But whatever brings you pleasure, do it more often in order to be happy. Makes sense, right? And maybe the pleasure that you have is going for a run, is meeting up with your friends, is lighting a fucking candle and like singing to it, or I don't know. Just do the things that you love doing. I mean, it's kind of obvious, right? Do the things that you love doing in order to be happy. Duh. Right. But the reason why I included that is also reward yourself for the small successes. When you're depressed and you haven't had a shower in 3 days, but today you managed to have a shower, fucking celebrate, okay? Because we are not here to constantly improve. We are not here to prove ourselves. We're not here to prove our worth. To who? To who? Why? Be yourself. Love yourself first and foremost, and don't think about what other people think about you. Not your parents, not your siblings, not your best friend, not your coworkers, not your boss. And do your thing. And when you're most embodied in who you are, in your highest expression, then everything will fall into place naturally. And that's the whole fucking thing. When you remember that you are God, when you are embodied in this knowing, and when you're embodied in the knowing that your uniqueness is your highest expression, your highest happiness, then everything around you will also automatically become a more beautiful life experience. The people will see you on a deeper level. They will see you for who you truly are. Because how could they see you before? How could they see you before for who you are when you're not even yourself? And you are yourself when you're in your highest expression. So, next step though, if you are in a place where you're depressed, if you're in a place where you're unhappy with life, if you're in a place where you're confused, lost, stuck, well, you never are any of these things, but you feel this way, right? You feel lost, confused, stuck, sad, depressed. This is also just feelings. These are all just experiences that aren't the truth. And you have to know that these things, you aren't these things. You are not these emotions. You are not these thoughts. And so, because who are you? Who are you? Right, you're a God. You're a God, right? So you're a God, and that's it. You are not your emotions. You're not your thoughts. You're not your body. Okay? So now that we know that though, and the thing is, when you are in addiction or just having a shitty life experience, you're not going to believe that straight away, right? You might be in remembrance of that, but then to embody this knowing, to truly fucking believe it and live it, you will first have to go through some shiz. Because you're in addiction or you are depressed or whatever, is because you're so far away from your truth. You have abandoned yourself so much in life. You have been doing so many things in life that were not authentically you, that you're so far away from your highest experience of the most beautiful life experience that is your birthright to have, right? So you probably have a lot of unprocessed traumas. You have a lot of limiting beliefs, limitations, bullshit thoughts that you have yourself attached to, that you have believed for many, many years, even decades, probably. So when you have believed something for such a long time, and when you have suppressed so many emotions like shame, guilt, anger, jealousy, and all of that stuff, when you have suppressed all these things for so long and believed in them for so long, and that's mostly subconsciously, right? Not all. Then to now say, oh, I am God, your life experience, unfortunately, is not gonna change overnight. So what's going to happen is when you remember who you are and you remind yourself of that over and over again, because this is what you have to do. This is the work that you have to do. You have to remind yourself over and over and over and over and over again, that you are God and that you are not any of the other things that the old identity is trying to tell you, okay? But what's going to happen is that the old identity, that energy that you believed in for such a long time, is obviously immense, and it's going to try to tell you, convince you otherwise. It's going to try to keep you where you're at, because it's an identity that you have built for a very long time. You worked on that for a very long time. You put a lot of energy into believing who you used to be. So when you now decide that you're someone else, that from now on you're gonna be in your godly experience and experience the best beautiful life for yourself, then the old identity is gonna be like, what do you mean? We're a piece of shit. Don't you know? Isn't that what you told us like for 20 years of your life? So this is what's going to happen. So what you then have to do, because that's what will happen, is that all of the shame, all of the guilt, all of the abandonment, all of the resentment, all of the jealousy, all of the envy, all of the disappointment, all of the betrayal, all of this stuff is gonna have to leave you. Is gonna have to dissipate. Is gonna have to dissolve back into love, back into your truth, back into who you truly are, into your highest frequency. But all of these things are low frequency shit. Lower frequency than God frequency, obviously. So there's a disconnect, right? And that disconnect is just gonna be there if you're now addicted and depressed or whatever the fuck. So what you have to do is to feel, right? And this is the part where it's shitty. This is gonna be the part that you're not gonna love about it, because you're gonna have to feel everything that you are not. You're gonna have to feel all of the shame, all the guilt, all the anger, all of the stuff that you haven't felt previously, that you have suppressed for such a long time. All of these things that formed the identity that you previously had. All of this shit has to move out of you so you can become the new you. And in my case, for example, because I built the shitty identity that I had, that I was a piece of shit, despite all the things, I told myself that for 20 years. So when I started to remember that I was God, and that when I started to really embody that and remind myself of that every day, all of the things that I had previously told myself and not felt wanted to come through. So it took me over 2 years. It took me over 2 years to get to where I'm at now. But I see that as a great success, because I had suppressed shit for about 20 years. But even before that, because I had childhood trauma that happened before that, before I got addicted. So my whole life, the traumas of my whole life, the accumulation of all of the things that I accumulated, of all the shitty things that I didn't allow myself previously to not feel, because that's what addiction is. Addiction is suppressing stuff. Despite all the things that addiction is. But so I had to feel everything that I previously didn't allow myself to feel, and I had to feel everything that wasn't who I wanted to be, but that I carried with me, everything that my body held on to. So I felt for over 2 years a lot of horrible stuff. And that was the main thing that I was doing in the last 2 years. I was crying every day. People call it the dark night of the soul. I call it the dark night of the ego, because that's really what it is. The soul doesn't have a dark night. My soul was coming through. And so I was crying every day for 2 years straight, for over 2 years, but that's okay. Every single time I cried and let something go, I was closer to the embodiment of the remembrance of me being my God self, the most joyful self. You have to let go of all the old shit. You have to let go of what's no longer serving you. And that is only gonna happen by facing that stuff. You have to feel yourself through that. So what that means though is, and I prepared something. Where did I put that? Look. This is who you are, right? This is you. And the yellow thing, it's pretty dark, isn't it? I apologize. Anyway, the yellow is your God essence, right? The God essence that runs through you. So now you are a human being though, and you walk through life and you experience life. So you're gonna have your thoughts and you're gonna have emotions that are just part of life, right? And these are these waves, but still you're the God essence, right? And now sometimes Look, you are still God, right? You still are the God essence, but you're gonna have some shitty emotions like shame wanting to move through you. This is just what emotions do. Energy in motion. You walk through life and you enter into this bubble of shame because you're gonna have an interaction with someone and that person is gonna tell you you look like shit. Okay, great. So now you find yourself in the bubble of shame. But does it mean that you are the shame? No, it's just something that you experience. But then in order for the shame to leave, you have to feel it, okay? You feel the shame. And once you have felt the shame, that's gonna be you again. Just you're happy you. Because that's who you are. Now, you can decide to stay in the shame, not feel the shame, and that's how you become the shame. That's how you're going to identify with the shame. That's how you're going to be like, well, I'm a piece of shit, aren't I? Because wherever you go and take the shame with you. You take the shame with you because you haven't felt the shame. You haven't let the shame move through. So no matter where you go in life, you're going to be with the shame. It's still not that you are the shame, but you carry it around with you until you decide to feel it. When you feel it, you move it through your body, and that's when you're gonna be back to being that. Now, when you were in addiction or you're depressed or any of that, you probably have a lot of stuff that you carry with you, that you have carried with you for all of your life. For most of your life, however long you've been carrying around with it for. So, you might have to feel a lot of the things that you don't want to feel. To feel shame, to feel guilt, to feel anger, it's not gonna be nice. Nice, that word. It's not gonna feel good. But here's the thing, you have two options. Either you stay with the shame and you walk around your life with the bubble of shame and all the other things that are not in this picture. Wherever you go for the rest of your life, and you're going to be in this low frequency, not being able to feel your God state, because the shame wants to be felt. So you either do that, or you face yourself, you face your fears, you face your shame, you face your guilt, you feel it all through, and then you become the embodiment of your highest version. Right? It's up to you. So I think this is it for the step-by-step guide on how to be happy. Now, when you go through the feeling stage of all the unprocessed stuff that you haven't previously felt, remember, you're not alone. Many people in this world go through shitty things. Many people in the world experience, what they say, every single person. Every person has experienced shame. Every person has experienced guilt. It's a part of being alive. So it's okay. It's okay. Just accept that it's okay. You don't have to feel more shame for feeling shame. Remember who you are and remind yourself over and over and over again who you truly are. And then everything that you're not will come up. You feel that? Move it out, move it out, move it out. Remember who you are, feel something, move it out. Come closer home to yourself, to your highest abundance, your highest joy, your highest freedom. And what that is for you, only you know. If you love skiing, if you love hiking, if you like to build trains, I don't know. Every person is so different. Every person has multiple different, beautiful expressions of themselves. Like, you never stop growing. You never stop expanding. There's so much life to you. You never end. Until you die, you will expand, you will experience more things, get to know yourself on a deeper level, discover so many new things about yourself, grow new talents, new skills. It's not that you have one thing that you're good at and that's the one thing you have to focus on. Life will show it for you. Life will put everything into place with you, for you. God will provide everything for you. Everything will come to you naturally. The more that you are embodied in who you truly are, the more you're going to receive all the gifts from the universe, because God, the universe, source, infinite intelligence, wants to provide for you at all times. The only thing is, if you carry around so much shame and guilt and whatnot, you're not going to feel worthy of that life experience, but you are worthy by nature. So all you have to do is to remember who you are and to feel everything that you're not. And how long that's going to take for you, I don't fucking know. That's so up to the individual. It's so unique to who you are, your life experience. No one can tell you how long it's going to take, but that's okay. Who cares how long it's going to take? It takes as long as it takes. But the thing is, if you don't start now, then it's going to take longer. Duh. But the thing is, there only is the now, so what are you waiting for? Remember who you are now. Okay, that's it from me. That was a long video. I hope someone will watch that, because that's why I recorded it. Okay, let me know if you watched this, if this was in any way helpful for you. Thank you. I love you. Remember who you are. Goodbye. Hi. And I'm here to help you live your best fucking life. I'm here. I'm here. So joy lies in your uniqueness. Right. I'm itchy, I'm sorry. I'm here. Tangy! Hey! I'm here because okay, I'm just gonna say things. But remember that there only is you. No. I mean, yeah, but it's okay. Like, fuck these people, okay?